These are some of our programs.
Oh, brilliant.
Oh, it was fantastic.
I think the hospital
I'm really
beds
pleased
are
that it happened, and I'm
That's-
really
that's-
fantastic that Plain Stupid came
Shirley
here
Hall.
and talked to us. It gives us another shot of adrenaline.
Well, it stimulates ideas. You know, we think about these things on our own, but to have a meeting, it makes us think of a lot more ideas and a lot more practical ideas.
Well, island history goes back for Canada a long ways. Native people used the island, although it wasn't an island then, it was a peninsula from the mainland. They used it as a place of healing. They would come here and if they were sick and be exposed to the fresh air and the clean water. In the late 30s, they decided to build Toronto's airport on the waterfront. And they got it built. Basically, they started in 37, and initially it was a place to train pilots for the Royal Canadian Air Force and the Royal Norwegian Air Force in exile. And then after the war, there were small commercial operations out of the airport. And during the 50s and 60s, it was still a pretty small little airport. Then in the 70s, they thought they could run a commercial airline out of here. And 3 have gone by the board. And this last one, Porter Airlines, started up 5 years ago now. And we have been dealing with a major increase in air traffic, noise, pollution on the island and along the Toronto waterfront since then.
One of the things that led to the creation of Community Air was a statement from the then CEO of the Port Authority, who said, well, we've just been formed and we've been looking at the economics of this airport, and either it loses money, it was losing millions of dollars a year, and either we're going to have to drastically expand it or we'll have to shut it down, because the Port Authority was tasked with operating on a business-like basis and wasn't supposed to get any further subsidies out of the government. And so the folks who started Community Air, I wasn't there at the beginning, said, well, if that's the choice, we could do something wonderful for the city by ensuring that the second choice is the one that's chosen, shutting it down. And so the work started.
Short-haul flights are plain stupid, and they make no sense on any environmental measure. Most of the fuel is used on takeoff and landings, and for any flight under 1,000 kilometers or 800 miles, taking the train is a much better option, or a bus or coach system that is running in high-speed dedicated lanes. So for me, the alternative to this airport is a really good high-speed electric train service between Toronto, Ottawa, and Montreal. If there was a 2-hour train ride between Toronto and Ottawa, it would not be necessary to have short-haul flights.
Their engines and they blast back. So they're flushing their engines, literally. So the sound is the most incredible. It goes on for 15 or 20 minutes at a time. So you can imagine all the stuff is being blown out of their engines, so the toxin's intense. And the noise is inhuman. There are 2 or 3 people who have given deputations in the community at the bottom of Bathurst Street, right next to the airport, that have talked about now. They're talking a lot about immune deficiencies. They're talking about twice the children now are using puffers or inhalers. That's what's activated me with an epidemiological study right now, Jerry and I, but I'm really the one who's trying to get it done, where I gave deputation to the public health, and now they realize we have disease clusters here, so I'm collecting information. Is my more passive resistance.
I'm Brian Eiler, I'm Chair of Community Air, and we're thrilled that Dan and Molly and Leo are here.
Okay, so Dan Glass came to Toronto. We were thrilled. We've always been inspired by the work that's being done in the UK around airports and aviation. The wonderful thing is Dan came to share that. And we've been inspired and we have been energized. And those are two great things to have happen for anybody to come to town and do that. What it's also done is create more of a solid link between what we do and what goes on and what folks are doing in the UK. We know who to talk to, we feel more comfortable calling the guys up and saying, hey, what do you think of this? Our struggle is their struggle and their struggle is our struggle, and I think we know that, and we'll be more effective working together.